guys, my name is Mercy. Welcome to my channel. I'm super excited for you to be here, and in this video I'm going to do kind of like a reaction video. I'm gonna watch this video, it's a TED Talk with you guys, and kind of insert my thoughts on it. I think it's such a good video. It's actually one that I watched while I was studying for step 1. Now thinking back to it, I think this video really helped me from being a student that didn't talk as much. During my basic sciences, I barely raised my hand. I barely got involved with any of the hands-on activities. My confidence wasn't really all there. I'm generally a confident person, but I wasn't confident in myself as a medical student, I guess. And this is a video that I think changed me a whole lot once I entered into the clinicals, and I think I was just so excited for clinicals to start. I spoke a lot more. I was a lot more confident in being a medical student. Even if I got answers wrong, I didn't really care. I just was really proud of myself for participating more, and I feel like I learned so much more just because I was a lot more active. So let's watch this together. This is obviously not a person that went to med school, but I'm going to talk about how it can impact you as a medical student.
Things I'm looking for. The most important thing, self-confidence. Without that skill, and I use the word skill intentionally, without that skill, we are useless as a soccer player. Because when you lose sight or belief in yourself, we're done for. I use the definition of self-confidence to be the ability or the belief to believe in yourself to accomplish any task, no matter the odds, no matter the difficulty, no matter the adversity.
It has such an impact when you are constantly thinking negatively about yourself as a student. I'm going to only talk about it as a medical student perspective, but you can relate this obviously in any part of your life, whether as just like a pre-med student or whatever. I remember feeling so defeated at times, and I just thought that I would never make it. Even if I was doing good at times, like I just thought somehow it would turn around and bite me in the ass. Somehow like I was going to fail. Oh wow. I didn't know I was going to react like this. Med school is not easy.
I use the word skill because I believe it can be trained. And I'll show you a couple of ways in which we do. The easiest way to build self-confidence. There's no magic button. I can't say, hey, this plane is going down. Who can fly it? Put your hand up. I can. I'm confident. Repetition, repetition, repetition. Right? What does Malcolm Gladwell call it? The 10,000 hour rule? There's no magic button. I recruited a goalie from Colombia, South America one year. Big, tall, 6'3" man. You know, he had hands like stone. I thought he was like Flipper. Every time I throw him the ball, down onto the ground. I was like, oh my God, we're in trouble. Simple solution. Get to the wall, kick a ball against the wall and catch it. Kick the ball against the wall and catch it. His goal was 350 a day for 8 months. He came back, his hands were calloused. The moisture on his hands were literally gone. He is now playing in Europe. Magic? No. Repetition, repetition, repetition.
Repetition, repetition, repetition is key for medicine. It's not about memorizing, it's about understanding, but then also you can't just learn it once and then think, oh, you know, I've understood the concept, so I'm good to go. No, you have to repeat it because there's so much information that you have to know as a med student, and that's why you can't just make pretty beautiful notes without going through them. Go through your notes as much as you can. The material itself is not hard. It's the time, the amount of time that's required because there's so much material to go over. So let's keep going.
We expect to be self-confident, but we can't be unless the skill or the task we're doing is not novel, is not new to us. We want to be in a situation where we've had so much pressure in that, and what I mean, because pressure builds diamonds, we want to be in a situation where, hey, I've done this 1,000 times. The problem with repetition is, how many of us bail after the first bit of failure? How many of us bail after the first bit of adversity? Edison was on that video. And depends who you ask, there's anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 tries to build that light bulb. 1,000 to 10,000. J.K. Rowling should be on that video. You know how many publishers she took her Harry Potter book to? I believe the number was 12 or 13. I'm pretty confident, but after 2 or 3 no's, I'd be like, dang it. After 6 or 7, I'm like, maybe not. Definitely after 9 or 10, I'd be looking to be a soccer coach or something else beside an author. Right? I mean, 12 times somebody said no. But practice, 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 and do not accept failure. We all have this negative self-talk that goes in our head. Guess what? There's enough people that are telling us we can't do it, that we're not good enough. Why do we want to tell ourselves that? We know for a fact that thoughts influence actions. We saw it there with the video Sheldon, Dr. Levy showed, right? We know that our thoughts influence actions. Why do we want to say that negative self-talk to ourselves? We need to get our own self-affirmations. Muhammad Ali, what was his self-affirmation? I am the greatest. Who else is going to tell you? There need to be quiet moments in your bedroom, quiet moments when you're brushing your teeth, that we need to reaffirm, I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. That is my affirmation. I came from a school of 1,000 people. I lived in a town of 1,000 people for 15 years. There's no reason that I should be in charge of the National Athletic Department building Maple Leaf Gardens. But I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. If I don't say it, if I don't believe it, no one else will.
I'll put the link below. I think this is a great video to watch over again. Being confident is really important, especially as a medical student. My anxiety actually, whenever I was more confident in myself and whenever I was more confident in the material, my anxiety was a lot more controlled as compared to when I wasn't confident in the material. So that repetition is key. It's going to help your anxiety come down.
Get away from the people who will tear you down. There's enough of that. Muhammad Ali, I am the greatest. There is no one better than me. It's a difference between hubris and ego and false pride. It's just reminding yourself in quiet, silent moments. I put it down on a list. It's right beside my mirror, right? About all the things that make me who I am. Because I make enough mistakes, and the newspapers will recognize it, and people around me will recognize it, and they'll tear me down. And pretty soon I'll begin to believe it. I wrote a letter to myself. It was my own brag sheet, my own letter about the things I was proud of. Because there are moments, and we'll all experience them in our career, in our life, in our job hunting, in our relationships, when we are not feeling good about who and what and where we are. And I had to bring out that letter and read it time and time again for a period of about 2 weeks. To weather me through that storm. Stop the self-talk, the negative self-talk. We'll all have it. Replace it.
One thing that I do that helps me build my confidence is self-talk for sure, like he was saying. Not really listening to anyone. When something bad happens, like a failure, for example, when someone judges you, then you begin to doubt yourself, and you listening to someone's judgment is then going to make it harder for you to believe in yourself again, or for you, because you've already fallen. Do you see what I'm saying? You've already fallen, and now you need to get back up. And if you allow people's voices to tell you you're not good enough, those negative thoughts, if you hear them before you're able to stand back up, it's going to be hard to stand back up because you have those weights on you, if that makes sense. And so what I usually do is tune everyone out. I'll let myself feel those emotions, and then I'll work through them. I'll say, okay, so this is what happened, this is what went wrong, this is what I did or what I could have done better, and accept it, and then kind of move forward. You'll be confident in yourself. You've kind of gone through that emotion, that you've built yourself back up, and so therefore anyone else that talks, it won't matter. You don't really, you've kind of went through that roller coaster, and I mean, it'll still bite and sting, but then you're just like, well, it is what it is. That's it. And then you're gonna be able to move on. And when someone kind of throws at you something mean or something negative, you're not gonna sink so low. You're going to bounce right back up. I really hope that makes sense. Sometimes you can be your own worst enemy, and if you can defeat yourself, or if you can stop yourself from being so mean to yourself, then everyone else that comes around and says something mean, you can block them off easily. Do you see what I'm saying? That's my mentality, at least.
Imagine how we could change the way we parented kids. Instead of, get that glass off the counter, what's wrong with you? If we catch them while they're good. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job. Thank you, Alice, for taking your glass to the counter. It sounds simple, but we forget about it. Or as educators, or somebody as a team, if we manage to praise the positive behavior that we wanted to reinforce. We forget it. It sounds so simple. Catch them when they're good. We forget it. It's simple. Here's what they did. There was a study in Kansas that did this. They did video, and we all do video, and we showed the video of them doing the run of the play. This goal happened because the basket wasn't protected. We didn't rotate here right. We needed to do this, and then to cover the slot. And if that's the baseline, improvement of the Kansas State team went like this. Then they said they ignored all of that, and they just showed them the times they did it right. The times they did it perfect, that presented no goals, spoke to the same points, improvement went like that. It changed and revolutionized the way we as coaches interact with our student athletes. We can apply that to the business world. We can apply that to our student group works. We can apply that to our management teams easily. Catch them when they're good.
So to relate this with like medical student life, I think that's why it's so important to have a right support system. And I know that my family was not my support system because my family didn't understand. My mom and dad were definitely my pillars, and they were always there for me, and with their support I was able to get through a lot of things. But when it came to like studying and understanding that feeling, that pressure, no one knew except the people that were going through it. So that's why it's so important to surround yourself with people that are positive, that understand exactly how you feel and are going through it. Whatever you give out is what you're going to receive, and whenever you put out that positive energy, you're going to receive that. And if you're not receiving it from those people, then you need to cut them out because they're not going to do you well. Surround yourself with people that are going to push you forward. And there was a lot of drama and there was just stupid things that would happen, then I would just back up. I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, I don't care about these petty things. It's not what I want to deal with. It's not what I want to surround myself with. So I backed out.
Self-confident people interpret feedback the way they choose to. I asked my son, who is by the far terrible athlete, gets it from his dad. The games, they win 5-0. How was the game? Oh, great. I scored 3 goals. I got 2 assists. I'm like, I did not see him touch the puck. But he has his own perception of how he did. I love it, right? I'm that guy. I'm like, I remember when I was taking when I met my wife, it was in the comments. Polly, would you like to go to the movies? Ladies, dingle, dingle, dingle. And she goes, no. I ask her again, because I think that she just hasn't seen me in the right light. Maybe that's not the wrong shirt on, right? Because I'm interpreting that the way I want to interpret it. Finally, I asked her again. She gives me this one comment, right? Or she sent it to her friend, because that's the way you did it back then. She wouldn't date you unless it was the last person on Earth. The hell was freezing over. There was a small chance we had to save the planet Earth. Some people's like, there's no chance. I'm like, you're saying there's a chance. Right? Because that's how I'm going to interpret it. If I could give you one thing to take from this, it is, no one will believe in you unless you do. Listen to the words of that video. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes. We're supposed to be different, folks. And when people look at us, believe in yourself. Thank you.
I really like that. I really like this video. This is one of my favorite TED Talks ever. That's so true. Be your own cheerleader, love yourself, and keep going. And you will slowly, if you don't have confidence, it will build up, and eventually you'll be exactly where you want to be, and you'll be in such a better position than you have ever thought before. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this video and want something similar, how I motivated myself, etc, etc. Let me know if you guys want that. And then also, let me know if you guys want a reaction video. So I kind of want to react to like a show, and I actually did. So thank you guys so much, and make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button, and go away.
I'm watching.
So thank you guys.
Literally, when I was standing outside, all I heard was, so let me know, so let me know, so let me know, so let me know.
Oh god. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button if you did enjoy this video, and let me know if you guys have any comments or concerns.